Christians believe that when they die, it is not the end. Instead, because Jesus died for the forgiveness of their sins, they believe that they will enter heaven and that they too will be resurrected. They will be raised to life. Some Christians believe that this is a spiritual resurrection where your soul lives on, but your physical body dies, whereas others believe it's a physical resurrection. So you're given a new physical body and you are raised to life in heaven. There are also different beliefs about particular judgment and general judgment. If you believe in particular judgment, you think every individual will be judged very soon after death and their soul will be resurrected then. Whereas general judgment, you believe that one day Jesus will return to earth and at this point the dead will all be raised and judged. The resurrection and the promise of life in heaven helps to give Christians hope in their daily lives. Partly it changes their perspective on the way they live because they think that the things on this earth are temporary, they won't last forever. If they go through difficult times, they are comforted, and it also reminds them that God is in control. Christians think that God is a fair and just God and he will judge people accordingly, but the Bible does give some guidance as found in the parable of the sheep and the goats in Matthew 25. In this passage, those who've done the right thing on earth go to heaven as they've followed Jesus, and those who haven't will be sent to hell. Whilst this parable reminds Christians of the importance of doing good things and helping others, ultimately it's not that alone that helps people get to heaven or separates them from God. Instead, Christians believe that they should accept Jesus. John 14:6 says, Jesus is the way, the truth and the life. Remember, as we look at these next few ideas about heaven, hell and purgatory, that there are lots of different interpretations, and Christians accept that they will never fully know what heaven is like until they get there. But there are some passages in the Bible, particularly in the book of Revelation in the New Testament, which gives some guidance. Heaven is a place for Christians to look forward to. It's a place of peace where suffering is gone. 1 Corinthians talks about the dead being raised imperishable, so no longer able to die and no longer suffering. And Isaiah talks about the wolf and the lamb lying down together. There's peace between all. Hell is seen as a separation from God, and in traditional depictions it's been seen as a place of suffering, often referencing Revelation and this idea of tormented with fire. Although Christians believe that God is love, so more liberal views tend to suggest that hell is just the absence of God. Finally, purgatory. Purgatory is a belief held by the Roman Catholic Church, not by all denominations of Christianity. And purgatory is seen as a state between heaven and hell, where souls can go to be cleansed before they reach heaven, whilst people on earth will often be praying for them. So a quick knowledge check. Number 1, how does the belief in an afterlife help Christians? Number 2, what different views are there about judgment, so particular and general? Thirdly, what do Christians believe about heaven and hell? What different views are there again? And finally, what do Roman Catholics believe about purgatory?